your bicep. Talking about 7-year veteran Timmy Dwight. We'll see if he can make an impact in this one. San Diego Chargers, Minnesota Vikings. It's game time. Barb.
While the teams are out on the field getting loose, the fans are filing in and finding their seats for the game. Hi, folks. I'm Dan Stevens, and welcome to the Hubert 8 Humphrey Metrodome. Peter O'Keefe is next to me in the booth, and Peter, we've got a couple of offensive powerhouses down on the field.
No doubt about it, Dan. We could be in for a high-scoring game today. Michael Bennett has one of the most exciting running styles in the game today, Dan. Quick cuts, fast in the open field, and most of all, elusive. A real finesse back. I'll tell you what, Dan, his teammate isn't too shabby either. Randy Moss is a tall...
All right, howdy, folks. Just wanted to show a little bit of the presentation. That's always the highlight of this game. So sometimes when I play these games, I have the microphone on, and sometimes I don't. That's usually just because, you know, the room isn't always available to have an open mic or a camera, so I just kind of work with what I got. So today we got the mic on, so hopefully we can get some people in the chat, talk about whatever, but if not, that's okay too. I'm gonna play some good old-fashioned NFL 2K5. Definitely want to fix this camera view though. Starting it off with a max kick. Good start. Even with that, we don't get it all the way to the end zone. All right, so they got 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs. We'll start off pretty heavy in the box. So before we get started, I'm going to see if I can't change the angle a little bit on the camera. So the Vikings have a pretty high-powered offense with Dante Culpepper and Randy Moss in this game. And the Chargers are pretty underwhelming. I think the Vikings have like 90-something overall. And the Chargers sit at, I think, 70-something. So it's definitely going to be an uphill battle, for sure. Got a little lucky there with the pass dropped. So they got 3 wide receivers, 5 yards.
On second down, they try for the first, but it's played well by the defense. That will bring up third down.
Nice pressure that time.
Third down and 4 wideouts in the game.
Dan, bunch of receivers out there. Defense is expecting that, and they go to nickel.
Bennett goes in motion.
Got to be careful with Dante running the ball as well, because he's pretty fast. But we don't have to worry at all. We get a sack.
It'll be 4th down.
Steve Foley comes in untouched on this play and just wallops the quarterback. Hey, where was the O-line, Dan? Did they just give up? Oh, that quarterback's going to be pointing fingers on that one.
Peter forced the loss of yardage on 3rd.
All right.
They face a 4th and long. How do you rate that defensive performance?
How about A+, 2 thumbs up, 5 stars. It's all good, baby.
Bennett gets ready to punt this away. Bennett takes the snap and punts it away. This will pin them deep as it flies out of bounds.
So that's a pretty darn good punt right there. Pretty much a coffin corner.
Angles this one nicely and puts gets it out of bounds and away from any potential.
The Chargers find themselves in dangerous territory and will start this one way back at their own.
So we got a very green rookie in Drew Brees at quarterback. Maybe not a rookie, but no, I think he is a rookie in this game.
And that will bring up second down.
Tomlinson had blockers on his side on that last play, but the defense was too smart. It gave him nowhere to go.
Not much there. It'll be second down.
Gotta take what you can get.
So we're going to see if we can't run past the 10-yard mark here.
Down with the tight end right.
And we can't.
Tomlinson used the blocking.
3rd and 8.
Defense didn't give up much at all on that last play.
Well, not much of a gain there, and they will face third down.
3rd and long, too, Dan. Big play coming up.
Let's try a little play action here. Ooh, and we get it. Good catch by Dyson. Good, nice little play action rollout from Drew Brees. Okay, so he's not a rookie. He's a 4th year.
And an arm that can make the plays when he needs to. He's a flashy guy running the show here, and he can come up big.
This was long before his success with the Saints, of course. Good blocking. Couldn't spin our way to the 1st-yard mark, but that's okay.
Tomlinson can thank his blockers for that last play. If it wasn't for them, that play would have tanked.
They move the ball, and it will be second down. Second down, 2 wideouts on the field.
Ooh, and we get it with the scramble right up the middle.
At the 33, it will be first down.
Drew Brees does a little last-minute razzle-dazzle here, and he gets some yards.
That is kind of an inherent weakness in 2K5, at least with going up against AI. A lot of times the middle is open for a QB scramble, especially on anytime the defense is in any kind of like man coverage. The chances of the middle being open are pretty high.
Makes his 4th carry of the game and maybe picks up 1 on the play.
Tomlinson didn't get very far on that last play, and he even had the help of some blocking. Well, I guess the defense had their number.
I'm going to move the fullback to the right. I guess we can't get him to block to the right. That's okay. Nice little shoulder charge.
Tomlinson gains 10 yards.
And we get the 1st down.
And that brings up first down.
Tomlinson took advantage of some really good blocking there. They opened up a hole.
And he's able to cross the line and get a bunch more without really much resistance.
And that's what the O-line gets paid for.
Peter, those were some nifty moves to get free.
In that matchup,
I definitely like those really unbalanced formations,
First down.
because if the defense commits heavily to one side, then you can really mess them up.
Tomlinson gets the time.
Ah,
Into traffic. Stopped at the
man.
46.
Tomlinson powered forward with the football thanks to some initial blocking.
If I could get past that defender, that would have been huge gain.
There, it'll be second down.
Gotta take what you can get, Dan, but they were, hoping for more.
That will end the first quarter, and it's still a scoreless game. Tomlinson carries it for the 4th straight time and picks up a couple.
Okay. 4th and 4. We're at midfield, so might be best just to punt the ball here. That was way too much. See if it bounces. Hoping to get a bounce to where it kind of comes back towards the inside of the field, but we almost got it to the 10.
The Vikings had their last drive stall out at the end. We'll see if they can keep momentum throughout this one, which starts at their own 14-yard line. Robinson catches this one and
Culpepper gambles big time on this play, and it works. Makes it a little more exciting to watch, too. Oh, if he wasn't accurate on this throw, it would have been an interception. It's a real fine line. Boy, look at those stats. What a career.
Boom.
gets the sack at the 26.
Otis Leverant does a great job stopping the quarterback cold.
Good play by the defense. So they got 3 wide receivers, 2nd and 15. Let's try some middle zones.
That'll be his first sack of the game. 2nd down, 1 man back.
No way. No way. And they get a home run pass to Randy Moss.
He's in for the touchdown.
Touchdown, Vikings.
Randy Moss is going to make a great play.
That's tough.
Snags the football and then really turns on the juice.
Man, it was what, 2nd and 15, right when I thought we had him. That's when they score.
Now the point after, and it's good. The ref gets the signal, and we're set. Elliott kicks this one away. Dwight fields the kickoff.
All right, let's see if we can't fare better this time. Just about at the 25, 26.
Tim Dwight tried to run it out, but the defense preferred that he stayed put, and they made their case pretty forcefully there.
The Chargers offense comes out and has an opportunity to tie it before halftime. They'll start at their own.
So we got 3 minutes to score.
Tomlinson picks up about 2, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Oh, I pressed the wrong button. I pressed the trigger instead of the bumper. Ah, he was open. He was open.
Nowhere to go on this one. Let's watch. Yep, the D shut the offense down on that play. They couldn't do
I'm going to try that play one more time.
And that's going to make this 3rd down that much harder.
Yeah, they also make it easier on themselves by wiping out all of the
I don't know what that was.
plays they might face.
3rd and long. Breeze.
I don't know why I can't pass to this guy.
And he's hit as he throws incomplete.
Man. That was a dangerous throw. I still can't get it out. Man.
With a shot back there, which is why that pass went nowhere.
Peter, in 3rd down situations, they have not been successful at all with the
So they didn't really beat us that time. I definitely beat myself.
Is such a crucial down, Dan. And when you don't convert, it really hurts.
Sifries gets the snap and punts it away. Howard fields the punt at the 41. Tackled hard at the 46.
Keenan Howry didn't get very far running that ball back, but on the bright side, the kick was pretty lackluster.
So I wonder if we should move into a cover 3 because
The Vikings are looking for some separation before
they've been killing us back there.
start this drive at their 46-yard line. Culpepper throws a beauty to the right side. And it's off, incomplete.
Cover 4 might be a little too drastic.
Moss goes in motion.
Take him down. There you go. 3rd and 6. We're going to go 4 wide receivers. Okay, I guess we should go cover 4. Maybe.
Yeah, it is, Dan, but he will see the ball more and more as the game goes on.
3rd down, 6 yards to go.
Right, let's see if we can get a little edge blitz here. All right, they got a flag. Interference. Let's see.
First down with the tight end right.
Wow, I got blocked by the QB on that play. He wasn't even trying to block me.
Eventually gets there, but I don't know why he even bothered. Big gain, and they'll move the chains. Well, he eventually stops them, but way past the marker, that one's going to hurt.
Man, I love the replays in this game. So take a look at Culpepper. So here I come, right through the line, unblocked. And Culpepper just turns his back, stops me just enough, and then 71 comes by and gives me a proper block.
So far. Culpepper gets all of his arm into this pass, and it is not reeled in. Incomplete.
Jammer was with the receiver all
2nd and 10. Let's see what we got.
That had potential for some yards, Peter, but the defense was on top of it and shut
Come
it
on,
down.
catch that.
2nd down coming up.
3rd and 10.
On this one, incomplete.
Jammer was on that fly ball on that last play like glue. Man, he knew where the pass was going, and he stopped it. Incomplete.
On 2nd down, they try for the first, but it's played well by the defense. That will bring up 3rd down.
Nice pressure that time.
No way.
Rifles this one hard.
Of course they get it on 3rd down. Of course.
For a first down.
Marcus Robinson faces down 2 defenders and comes away with the football. Oh,
Man, this game is really beautiful on Xbox.
For him, the last 2 passes his way were incomplete.
yeah, let's see if he stays on track.
First down coming up on the 10th play of the drive.
Dominant pass, dominant run, a lot of firepower on the field here.
Come on. There you go. 2nd and goal.
Maybe a yard.
Come on, come on. There you go. 3rd and goal.
And maybe picks up 1 on the play.
Ooh, that was close.
He will be short of the first down. That will bring up
And they're going to go for the field goal.
down goal.
So a bit of a field goal, goal line stand, I mean. I'll go ahead and call a timeout here. So we got a little bit of time to do something.
Let the kicker think about it a little longer. 4th down, and the field goal unit is on the field.
easy short one. A clean kick, no worries.
The field goal will extend their lead some here in the first half.
It's still early, but the momentum is definitely...
So we got 32 seconds, 2 timeouts.
And we're ready. Kelly kicks it off.
Let's see if we can do anything.
Fields it all the way back at the 3. Dragged down at the 22.
Tim Dwight tried to run it out, but the defense preferred that he stayed put, and they made their case pretty forcefully there.
The Chargers offense takes the field with the clock at 28. Breeze.
Okay, so L is the trigger.
It's tipped. Incomplete.
Brian Russell came in and got a hand on that football and left no chance for a reception there.
Potential for some nice yards, but the defense
I just didn't press it all the way down the last time. That's why I couldn't get it out.
down 3 wideouts in the game. Russell tips it away on the coverage. Incomplete.
Brian Russell came in and got a hand on that football and left no chance for a reception there.
A nice defensive play will give him his second batted ball of the game.
Yeah, great read there.
Let's see if we can do anything here.
Breeze throws a beauty to the right side, and it's tipped. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Eric Kelly came in and got a hand on that football and left no chance for a reception there.
Well, the D holds tight on 3rd.
Probably should have
Forces an
tossed it to
That was a good call.
X on that play.
Coordinator.
Oh, it sure was. Perfect D for that situation.
And it will bring up 4th down. Sifries gets the ball and punts it away.
Oh, come on.
The 38. Tackled at the 42.
Keenan Howry has a nice return coming up here off this punt. Watch. It's impressive the way he can make the right choices to keep the run back going. You can't coach that.
The Vikings offense takes the field with the clock at 7. Culpepper
Don't catch it.
way downfield, and
All right, they got
falls incomplete.
time for one more.
Moss had some room on the fringes there, but couldn't reel in the pass.
That would have been a big play and a big first down, Peter. They just don't sync up.
Good call. Maybe next time it'll work.
2nd down and 5 wide receivers take the field.
Come on. All right, so we make it to the half without them scoring again.
And that'll do it for the first half.
Out of respect for this game, I'm going to shut up and let them do the halftime show.
Now let's send you to Chris Berman in
See you guys on the other side.
for the ESPN halftime report. Boomer?
All right, Dan, we'll get back to you in a bit. But welcome, everybody, to the ESPN Halftime Show. I'm Chris Berman. A look at our halftime stats here, and boy, look at the difference in passing yards. The Vikings are winning because of it. Let's see if they can keep up their dominance in the second half. Let's get started in this one early in the first quarter. Dante Culpepper would find his target on this one. The Vikes, later on in the second quarter, ball at their own 25. Randy Moss was definitely a key as he was able to work his way open for a big one here. A 74-yard touchdown for the Vikings. The Vikes, midway through the second, Vikes ahead by 7. Michael Bennett would get the carry here. Good blocking up front. It helped us bring him. And that's where we'll leave this one. Vikes are up at the half, 10-0. And as far as my halftime hero, well, there's really no contest. Randy Moss has taken over this game. So that does it for our halftime report. We'll send you back now to the second half of this one. Dan Stevens and Peter O'Keefe are there. Gentlemen.
Thanks, Boomer, and welcome back to our broadcast presented in ESPN Game Sound. Designed and developed in collaboration with Dolby, the leader in surround sound technology. The Chargers get the
And I am back.
and they could use a score
If you go to like
to get back into this one.
8, 9, 10
Trail 10 to
minute quarters and above,
to the
You really get a nice halftime show and a nice post-game show with like a lot of highlights. Get to hear a lot more variety in Boomer's analysis, which is pretty nice. And it's amazing that this game is from 2004, so it's pretty old. But like the commentary and like the voiceovers, obviously they're limited. Like we've all heard everything they've said before. But it's like it's got enough variety to where it doesn't feel overly repetitive or boring. So I mean, this game is just, it's timeless, man. Timeless. So I'm trying to get my running game going, but I've been having a lot of trouble. Might actually be holding me back. Thought I had an opening. 72 missed his block. Also, the difficulty is pretty high right now, so that combined with the huge difference in overall skill. I mean, the score is pretty close, 10-0, but kind of got a little lucky there.
The Vikings come out on offense and are well ahead. They have yet another shot to score and start this drive at the 46-yard line. Moss goes in motion. Bennett takes his fourth carry of the game and takes it upfield.
Can't even tackle Bennett.
Michael Bennett takes it to the outside on this one, but comes up short of the markers. Let's watch. Yeah, that's a good gain on the play, but out of bounds too soon.
Peter, what a nice pickup to get them into a second and short situation.
Yeah, great play, and now they have a bunch of options on what to try next.
Bennett picks up a yard on the play, and that will bring up first down.
If I can hold them to a field goal here, then it'll be at least within 2 possessions. Took 3 guys to take Bennett down.
Just behind the line.
Sammy Davis not only cleaned the ball carrier's clock in the backfield.
Man, the shadows on these models.
Big hit for a loss.
That's his second tackle.
I'm just used to seeing the PlayStation 2 version,
Right end to the left.
which looks pretty nice on the emulator, but the shadow and depth quality, texture quality is very noticeable in the Xbox version.
First down.
Dante Culpepper throws into a crowd here, and by some miracle,
That and having the full motion replays is pretty nice, even though you can get it on the PlayStation 2 version. If you have the physical copy, you just need to install the hard drive in the fat PS2, and then there's a way you can emulate that for the emulator as well.
73 yards and 1 touchdown.
For the longest time, I did not know that there's supposed to be a huge hard drive inside the fat PS2. Man, he caught that.
He's just barely past the markers for a first.
Randy Moss reels in the catch despite being covered by 2 defenders. Dan, I guess you just can't be intimidated. Check this out.
Yeah, it was double coverage, but he found just the right angle.
The ball the whole time. He knew where he had to be.
I'm glad he finally nabbed one because he's had a string of missed catches before this.
Yeah, his quarterback obviously didn't lose faith in him, though, Dan, because he's kept throwing it his way.
Bennett chews up 4 yards, and second down.
Come on.
Bennett gets the handoff
And he falls right in.
This is a great run, Dan. Look at the yards he chews up.
Peter, he had a great jump off the line.
Probably should have had more guys on the line. Not sure what I was thinking.
Some easy yards.
Peter, that will put a touchdown in his stat column.
And that's always nice to have. So far, he's got 50 yards and 1 touchdown.
The ref gets the signal, and we're set. Ellen booms a beauty here. White downs this in the end zone for a touchback.
So I'm going to have to go gun here.
The Chargers haven't got much out of their offense recently, and we'll see if they can get back on track here. This drive begins at their own 20-yard line. Stopped at the 29.
Drew Brees decided at the last moment to scramble back there, and it worked out.
So Breeze is a little on the quick side. So I should probably take advantage of that. Should have dove there.
For his life on that play and got nowhere. Busted play.
3rd and 1, we're just going to muscle this.
Tomlinson gets past the line and converts the 3rd down.
LaDainian Tomlinson got yards by staying so close to his blockers. I think they were sharing each other's aftershave.
A big gain on 3rd, and they will easily move the chain.
Perfect call for the situation, Dan. No trouble in getting the first.
First down from the shotgun.
Oh,
Brought down.
I'm not trying to kill Breeze, but they're kind of giving me these running lanes with that man coverage.
Does a little last-minute razzle-dazzle here, and he gets some yards.
I was hoping the defender would peel off and focus on Breeze, but he chose to stay on to the running back, so I had to run. Breeze is a little tired now.
Tomlinson goes off his left guard and picks up the first down. And that'll do it for the 3rd quarter. The Vikings in command of this one.
So it looks like we're going to have to do this little nickel and diming offense because I can't really get those deep passes. Oh, it's wide open. Huge run.
In front of him. 25 eventually runs out at the 20.
Huge run.
First down.
Drew Brees is dangerous when he ad-libs, Dan. Check it out. Oh, that scramble got him some yards. He was lucky on that one.
So that man coverage is starting to hurt them a little bit. Hopefully I can take advantage of that all the way into the end zone.
First down with the tight end right. Tomlinson goes right up the middle and chews up about 4 on the play.
Do have to be careful not to injure the QB though.
Claiborne tackles him behind the line of scrimmage.
Chris Claiborne was a one-man wreck.
3rd and 6.
He powered into the backfield and made the tackle.
Another tackle, and he's starting to fill up the stat book.
He is dominating, Dan. So far, he's got...
Oh, we got this.
Tackled at the 11. First down.
Drew Brees saw nothing happening down.
Not the prettiest QB play, but this is what's been working, so
He had some room to work with, and he knew how to exploit it.
all right. Drew Brees is now red, so I got to be really careful. Come on. Touchdown right there. Boom.
Impressive yards on the ground here. Check it out. Boy, that's some nice running. It's all about field vision. And if you can see where you have
So it kind of took going into the shotgun formation to get the running game going with the QB and the running back.
You bet. Big play, my friend.
Should probably kick the field goal here.
Here's the point after, and it's good.
The onside kick is such a small percentage, though.
The ref gets the signal.
If I can just get a 3 and out, I think I'd prefer that.
Keating kicks this one away.
Still got 4 minutes.
Moore fields the kickoff at the 4. Dragged down at the 33. Well, Peter, some interesting information up on the screen.
Oh, you bet. Nice drive results there. I like their efficiency. They've been putting the points on the board without a lot of wasted effort. Great job so far.
The Vikings are in control, but it's far from over. The offense comes out.
I should have known that was going to be a draw.
At their 33-yard line. Bennett will get the carry on first down and shoots forward. The Chargers take their first.
Probably shouldn't have called that timeout. Come on, there you go.
Bennett will get the carry on second down.
30 inches.
Picks up 1 on the play.
Donnie Edwards just planted the ball.
We're just going to go for all of it right here.
The markers, but the only thing that's going to grow there is the D's morale.
That's his second tackle so far.
Oh, look at those numbers. That's how to get it done on the ground.
Bennett gets the call on
4th and inches.
can't convert the third down. That will bring up 4th down.
Randall Godfrey just
We have to let them.
the ball carrier in the turf.
We have to let them take these 30 seconds here.
The D's morale.
Defense's back was against the wall, and they rose to the challenge, Peter.
Yeah, Dan, that's great D. They had to make a stand here, and they stood together.
So at least we did save like 20 or 30 seconds
Takes the snap and
from taking that first
one deep.
timeout.
Fields the deep punt at the 11. Tackled at the 16.
Reese Caldwell got pinned deep by a beauty of a kick there, and by the time he looked up, there was nowhere to go.
The Chargers are down, but not out. They'll start this critical drive at their own 16-yard line. Breeze throws a heater, and it's tipped. Incomplete.
Drew Brees really struggling out there today.
Not a great pass spreading right there.
Parker goes in motion.
Looks like they're in zone.
Stopped at the 22.
Drew Brees didn't see anything downfield on that last play.
All right.
For a nice game. That's what you call thinking on your feet.
Third down, 3 wideouts in the game. Breeze fires this one over.
Got the first down.
Convert on third down.
Probably get one more
Brees threw a perfect
for
pass
the
there. You know, I
2-minute warning.
had it than the defense did, and hey, I'm up here in the booth.
Nice play, and they will convert on third.
Ah,
Execution, Dan. They did everything right.
Udessa.
Connecting with Desert. That's the sack deep in the pocket. That's going to be a sizable loss. Watch.
all right.
Second down. The clock is stopped at 2 minutes.
Come on, come on, come on.
Throws a bullet here, and it's tipped. Incomplete.
3rd and 15.
Sack just a play ago. That was a
It's 2 down territory. Of course. Can't punt it.
You know, as a team, they are batting down passes left and right. That is their 6th so far.
Wow, great anticipation of the pass.
Come on. Come on. You got to catch that. That was perfect. Oh my God. Come on, Breeze. Jeez. That was perfect. Right over the defender. 89. Who is that? Kraus. No, where is he? He's either running. Oh my God. I had a 54 overall on that route. Well, that explains that.
You cannot afford to come away with nothing.
The Vikings
Man.
start this drive with unbelievable field position at 147.
Well, it was a valiant effort, but
Will get stopped at the line and
we put our fate into the hands of a 54 overall wide receiver. I should really have paid attention to that kind of stuff. That was a crucial down. Should have had my best guys out there. And they're going to drain it. Even if we do get the stop here.
Bennett punches this one left of center and he's stopped. The clock continues to run.
Even if we get it, it's going to be tough. Because we still have to score twice.
Receivers to the left.
Ah, dang.
For his 14th carry and heads wide left. Tackled.
Well, that's going to do it.
It'll be 1st and goal.
Michael Bennett.
The Vikings come out in victory formation
A nice gain and they
to put the Chargers away.
That was a good call.
17-7. Assuming they don't run another play, which they're probably not. And I'm definitely not going to stop them. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Game over.
And that is going to do it for this one. The Vikings come out on top 17-7. For my partner, Peter O'Keefe, this is Dan Stevens saying goodbye until next time.
So we're going to let you guys watch the post-game show. And I'll be back.
All right, Dan, thank you. So this one is in the books as we welcome you all to our ESPN Video Games post-game show. I'm Chris Berman. The Vikings stepped it up for sure, putting up some good numbers. We'll pick up the action midway through the third quarter. Michael Bennett found a little opening, and that was all he needed. A 5-yard touchdown for the Vikings. The Vikings move ahead big and now lead by 17. The Bolt trying to answer back. Drew Brees is going to get the carry here as they grind it out on the ground. He makes the most of this one. A 31-yard play that set up a Charger touchdown. And that's where we'll leave this one. Vikes win this one 17-7. Now let's check in with our player of the game. A guy who made one big-time catch after another to help seal the win for his team. Randy Moss is down on the field with Susie Colbert. Suze?
Thank you, Chris. You really hustled today, and you helped carry your team to a nice win. What gave you guys the edge today?
I have to give a lot of credit to our offensive line. Those guys often get overlooked, and they bring in every single game. I think that their hustle was a big part of us coming out on top.
Back to you, Chris.
That concludes our presentation of the NFL preseason on ESPN, celebrating its 25th anniversary as the worldwide leader in sports. I'm Chris Berman. See you next time.
Okay, so let's take a quick look at some stats. Where is this? So pretty bad. 3 of 11. Of course, Culpepper, 11 of 18, 61%, 184 yards, 1 touchdown. They definitely had more total yards. If I'd made that pass earlier in the first quarter, I don't want to say the game would have turned out differently, but I think maybe it would have been a little bit better. But that's going to do it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be seeing you guys in the next one.